All right, number 4, asking for the y value, the range for the cosecant graph. So same thing like number 3. The moment I see secant graph, I'm like, oh, I'm seeing something like this. Okay, I'm seeing something like this. So I know my range, it's going to be something like negative infinity to a number, union, well, to a number, and then union a number to infinity. I know it's going to be something like this. I just need to know what those two numbers are. And the only way to find it out is to graph or to sketch out the reciprocal function. Cosecant, it's the reciprocal of sine. So I'm going to say, all right, let's go ahead and think about sine of 2x minus pi over 4. So I factor the 2 just in case. Okay. In this case, this doesn't really matter much because all we care is the y value. So for the sine graph, we know the midline, it's 1. We know the midline, it's 1. And then the amplitude, it's also 1. So we go from 2 to 0. So we know the graph, it's going to be something like this, bouncing between 0 and 2. And if we know the sine graph, it's bouncing between 0 and 2, then the cosecant graph would be coming from negative infinity all the way up to 0. And then from 2 to infinity. So what I want to present here with this question and all the other questions is that sketching is very important. It helps you visualize. Okay. And once you sketch it, make sure you know how to answer the question properly. And then just graph the most important information. And for number 4, the shifting, the period, it's not that important, so we don't really care. We just want to answer the question of what's the range. So we just look at the y values.